Hey guys, it's Equinox 83. Equinox 83. We are doing a video about callouts and kind of like the anatomy of this arena. It's super important that once you've learned how to launch and you're in here and you have the joust and you've won it, that you can now coordinate appropriately with your team members. Now, most of these terminologies that we're going to be using are, well, commonly used. Not everyone uses them, unfortunately, but let's try to get them all using the appropriate terminology here, okay? So we're really going to be looking at this center line all the way down the strip here. All of these have names, okay? As you launch out, in order, you think about it in hockey, right? This is your defensive zone, right? You're blue, it's blue, you want to defend this area, right? So you're in your defensive zone right now. As we start moving that way, we're going to pass the nest. Some people have different names for this. Generally, we're calling this the nest. This is the area where your joust appears if you've been scored on. The next time, your disc is going to show up here. Or this is a great area to be if you're in your offensive zone. If you're orange trying to score on blue, your players can come up here. You can let them know I'm on nest. They can get a pass to you. You can make a choice to shoot or pass to them. It's you kind of have some control over here. And just by holding on, you can get some pretty funky angles. You can come underneath to block a stun from above. The nest is a really versatile spot on the map. So, the nest. Then moving on, still in your own defensive zone, is the bowtie. Let me reorient here. So, bowtie, defensive bowtie, our bowtie, whatever, bowtie, for obvious reasons, bowtie. Bowtie is a great call out, and it's a good defensive place to stop. Okay, you're still in your defensive zone. But if you're going for the joust, let's say you just scored and you're the first man. That's important. If you're the first man out that tube, that means if everyone's done their job correctly, you're going to be moving the slowest. So it makes sense for you to set up a defensive mid-game mentality right now. So if you're coming out of the tube, you can just let everyone launch off of you, and then you can stop on bowtie. Let them know that that's where you're stopping, so they know they don't have much time to launch off of you. But just say I'm going to be stopping on bowtie, or I'll be stopping middle island. We'll talk about that in a second. This is my favorite defensive position here, because I don't get too deep in, because those players are flying really fast because they've regrabbed. So they're going to be flying past at a minimum of 10 meters a second. And now they're in deep. They're doing what's called cherry picking. They're just sitting by the goal, waiting for the man with the disc to pass it down to them. So I like to stay here for two reasons. One, I'm kind of deeper into my defensive end, and also I'm getting blocked by the top of middle island. So the disc carrier can't see I'm here, and if he starts creeping up, I can kind of come down a little bit, but keep in mind I do have legs. Those things dangle down. But I can kind of stay down and kind of stay hidden. Now, one tactic is, you see right down here, that my heads up display will show me the location of the disc. That happens with the disc carrier as well. If the disc carrier comes behind an island, the disc will light up just like this behind that island. So I can kind of stay hidden in bowtie and see them move and maybe come out and make a steal or get a stun, whatever. So this is bowtie. Moving on, we have middle island. This is what I call middle island anyway. You can call this middle island, neutral island, which are technically these are neutral island. But mid island is typically where you'll see people set up. And they'll set up high on this position too, defensively, waiting for the guy. Why are you doing... Okay, we're not really doing tactics, we're just doing anatomy. Okay. Middle island, right here. Beautiful. Moving down, still in your defensive end, both sides have these. You got ramps, top and bottom ramps. These serve multiple functions. They can serve a clearing function to where if I'm low, I can throw down this middle of the ramp. If I've thrown it correctly, it comes down the ramp and launches up and hits that ramp, and it's great. Even if it doesn't hit that ramp, a well-placed shot on the low ramp will guarantee clearance past the middle and neutral islands. Okay? If you're down here trying to clear, your mid and neutral islands are the bane of your existence. A lot of players will just panic clear it. Oh, of course. A lot of players will just panic clear and throw it, and they'll whack one of these islands here. But you can see how far down that disc went, all the way down there from hitting that top ramp. Whew, I wish I didn't have to go get that disc. All right. Ramps. Great for clearing. Really good for shooting too. Now if I'm orange and now I'm in my offensive end and I throw one down here, check that out. And you can get this just right. Boy, you're scoring a mean three-pointer right there. All right. Now, these islands around here, I have only ever referred to them as obstacles. I don't have names like I do right down the center strip. If I'm calling out, I will say them in relation to where I am. Okay? 9 times out of 10, a pass does not need to be dead on, right into your hands, led perfectly. It just needs to kind of be in your vicinity, as long as you're around something to push off of. You can get to that pass in time. So if a guy is coming down, he's got the disc, we just retrieved it, and we're starting to make a campaign back up, and I'm floating down here, I'll let him know, you got me left of bowtie. You got me low bowtie left, low left bowtie, something like that, and let him know that even if he's under pressure and he can't afford to take his eye off of what he's doing, he can put it somewhere low left of bowtie, and I got a good probability of being able to get there and make a good play on the disc. And of course, when in doubt, clear it out. But again, we're talking about anatomy. So if you're over here, those are kind of the good call outs. You got me left a nest, mid left nest. You got me low bow tie, low left bow tie. You got me at mid, you got me at middle island, whatever. Okay, now still in the defensive end, there's your 3-point bubble. You can see it there, and you can also see it marked at the top by the 3-point line. Now the disc does something pretty cool. Get out of here, disc. Now, in a game, this disc is going to display a number. Right now it should be displaying the number 3 because any shot I take would have been a 3-pointer. And as I cross inside of this bubble, that's going to change to a 2 because any shot I take from within this bubble is a 2-pointer. Damn it. It's important to know that because Obviously, you need to know if you got to score a 3 to win the game or if a 2 will do it. If the score is... What the hell was that? Oh, that's the disc. Let's say the score is 7 to 9, right? You're down by 3 points. You need to know if I have the disc and I'm clear and I'm good and there's no one around me, I can stop on nest and I can plant a 3-pointer and I can win the game by a point. Or I can get nervous, walk it in, bro, and I can just slam dunk it and lose the game by a point. Or rather, in that situation, send it to overtime. So, 3-point bubble. That's the 3-point line right there. Then you got your scoreboard / shield. Obvious. It's obvious. You can fly through your own shield, right? So we're still in the defensive end. I'm blue, it's blue. We're good to rock and roll. We can fly right through it. What I can't do is send my disc through it. That disc travels, man. All right, let me get the disc. Notice how no boosters when I'm holding the disc? Okay. Oh shit. Remember we said in the first video that discs can't go through force fields? This is one of them. So be careful. If you're the goalie and you're here, you make an amazing save. That's what you want. I wish I had hit the shield because now I gotta go chasing after that disc to show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so you've made an awesome save, and then you go to clear it, and you send it right back. Even worse, it happens all the time where a guy will grab it, and he'll just take the disc and whoom, score on himself. It happens. So be careful with that damn shield. It'll either be the greatest thing ever, or it will be why you lose the game. So remember your maneuverability. If this comes in, don't clear off straight, because you can't take this disc through the shield. Use these little cubes and go around. Make your pass. Get down the field. Okay. Moving further down the field, more towards neutral, you got tunnels. Right tunnel, right tube. Left tunnel, left tube. Center. Neutral islands. Really nothing more to see down here. If you're launching and you're second or third man, make sure you tell your quarterback where you're going. Quarterback should always be the first guy out of that tube because, again, he's moving the slowest. Don't sacrifice speed because you think you're a better quarterback, but you're also a really great striker. So, no. Pick one. Every guy's got a role. What are you going to be doing on that joust? If you're going to be the quarterback because you know you got a good pass and you want to make sure that we get clearance out of our defensive end and into their offensive zone, then be the quarterback and be the first man out of that tube. If you're the second and third guy out of those tubes, let your quarterback know where you're going to be. Usually I'll be setting up behind him and I'll let him know, yo, I'm going left tube. And if that's the case, once he leaves, I'll break off and I'll start flying towards left tunnel, left tube. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to go low mid. And that means when he breaks off, I'm going to come down this way and I'm going to turn to him and look for a pass. All right, so tubes, mid, tube, middle islands. We got the bow tie. We have middle island. The neutral islands are around it. They're in purple. You'll notice that when the disc is not in play by any team, when it comes into the purple, into the neutral, it itself gets grayish purple. So yeah, neutral islands, middle island, the bow tie, the nest, the shield, the 3-point bubble, the backboard. Don't even worry about this thing. It doesn't have a function. It is functionless until you get a little bit better. For now, it's functionless. It's dead to you. And then, finally, the last thing you want to know are these cubes. They don't really exist in the lobby, so it's hard to get some practice time on them. But these are a goalkeeper's best friend. These let me move around into position anywhere around my goal. For whatever I may need, I have a handhold, and I could come out to another one, or I could jump around real quick from side to side and kind of take some angles away. Think about this from a hockey perspective. You want to come out, take the angle away. You ain't gonna get nothing through me. They always do. I'm a terrible goalie. Yeah, that's what these are for. You get an opportunity to practice these if you're going to be goalie. You get 60 seconds. I believe it's 60 seconds, actually. It feels like 1 minute here in the launch lobby to practice these, and 9 times out of 10 guys will. Whether they're goalie or not, it's just something fun to do. And guess what? It's symmetrical. There's no need to talk about all of this down here because we've already talked about it. All of the rules are the same. You can't bring a disc through there, so there are no straight-on shots. You can get a shot through what's called the mail slot, which is that area between the nest and the shield. That's kind of like a coveted shot there to shoot one. If you notice right here, mail slot is wide open, so that's a skill shot for sure. Many 50s can't hit that mail slot. So that is our arena, guys. I'm Equinox 83. I know I'm also long in the tooth, which means I talk a lot and I ramble and I get off topic like I'm doing right now. If you have any questions, or you just kind of want to pub around, I mean, feel free. Let me show you my name there. You can find me in Discord under that name. You can also, that's my Oculus name as well. So I usually hang out in the Echo Games Discord. That's discord.echo.games. Yeah, guys, please let me know what you thought, and get out there and get winning some joust and get kicking some ass, I guess. All right, I'll see you on the next one.